Hi, it's Eve again, and I'm back with another album review. So with today's album, we're going back to 2010, and I'm going to review an album, a second album actually, from a band that I know are quite well revered and quite well liked in the UK music scene. Today's album I listened to was Total Life Forever by Foals, and I listened to Foals' first album when it came out, and I quite enjoyed it. The sort of sound isn't really my thing, but I do quite like sort of like lo-fi indie music at times, so I thought I'd give this one a go. I haven't listened to Foals' newer stuff, so maybe I should be doing that soon. I might get to it, but yeah, Total Life Forever is the album I'm reviewing today. So I've given this album about 3 listens through. I listened last night, I listened again. I actually did a night shift, so I listened through my night shift and I listened again this morning. And I do this, I give it 3 solid runs because obviously I know that sometimes an album won't hit like as well the first time round. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes you need time for it to sink in. And unfortunately for me, this album hasn't really hit with me. I don't quite know what it is, and I suspect it might be that I need to listen to it more, but I think 3 listens is a sufficient amount of time, and these are supposed to be short, first impression reviews, right? So unfortunately it hasn't really hit. The only song I was familiar with until I reviewed the album was Spanish Sahara, which I actually quite like. It's quite a nice sort of lo-fi chill song. And I think that song still remains my favourite on this album. That and This Orient as well is quite a good song too. But yeah, I've listened to this album 3 times all the way through now, and I cannot pick out most of the songs from it. For me, it's very repetitive. It's very samey, and I know that is Foals' sort of early sound. And again, I haven't listened to newer stuff, so it could still be their sound. It's very similar in sound to their first album, but I think what the first album did well was that I think there was enough differentiation between the music. Unfortunately, I found this album actually quite boring. Throughout most of it, I have no real motivation to listen to it again. But who knows, I might end up finding myself going back to a lot of these songs and listening to them and finding them actually really good, which has happened to me before in the past. For the purposes of this quick review, it hasn't really stuck with me. The album itself is well produced. It sounds nice. It's quite nice for like background sound. I have no real issue with sort of the musicianship on it or the sound or anything like that. It just, for me, feels like a second album that was maybe rushed, that was perhaps, not as well thought out that maybe they wanted for it to be. And I guess second albums are really hard, aren't they? Because you don't have the same sort of ideas and sphere that you would have in your initial debut. Yeah, this one's a little disappointing. I'll give this one like 5 out of 10 for me. I'm sure there's people who really like this album, so I'm sorry if I'm offending someone. I have no real desire to listen to it again, but I might put it in the background if I'm doing some cleaning or something. It's quite lo-fi, it's quite, a nice sound and stuff. And I might put a couple of the songs on like a playlist maybe in a certain situation, but I don't see myself re-listening to this again. Yeah, that was my review on Foals' Total Life Forever, review for a day. Yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye.